Your riches have rotted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have corroded, and their corrosion will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days. James chapter 5, verse 2 and 3. James continues with his condemning tone here against the wicked rich, with a series of clauses providing the first reason for his condemnation. The first three clauses, your riches have rotted, your garments are moth-eaten, and your gold and silver have corroded, reminds these rich people that their money or material possessions in which they place so much confidence will not last, and the one who accumulated such wealth will pass away with it. Gold and silver don't have corroding properties, but it is metaphorically applied to anything that is temporary in this world. In fact, these clauses are in the perfect tense. The material possessions of these rich people are already in the state of being rotted, moth-eaten, and corroded. They may not see it, but their wealth has no value as it provides no foundation for eternity with God. The very fact that they have selfishly accumulated so much suggests that they are guilty of focusing on earthly treasure at the expense of heavenly treasure, showing where their heart really is. Jesus says in Matthew 6:19-21, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And the remaining part of verse 3 in James says, "Their corrosion will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days." Not only will wealth bring no lasting benefit to its possessors, it will even stand as a witness against them before God. "Eat your flesh like fire" is an image of God's judgment. The concluding clause says, "You have laid up treasure in the last days." Last days can mean any time from the death and resurrection of Christ till his return. It is the present time of fulfillment. We are living in an era of indefinite duration awaiting the return of Christ. This clause also tells that they are foolish to store up wealth, ignoring the judgment of God. In the parable of the rich fool in Luke 12, verse 15-21, Jesus says, "Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." And he told them a parable saying, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully. And he thought to himself, 'What shall I do? For I have nowhere to store up my crops.' And he said, 'I will do this. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store all my grains and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry.' But God said to him, 'Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God.'" So as those who live in these last days, we don't hoard our wealth with evil priorities, knowing the judgment of God that is sure to come. Have a blessed day.